the Oklahoman newsroom, this is an OSU update. I'm Jenny Carlson. The Cowboys have started practice in Stillwater, and Kyle Fredrickson joins us on the phone. Kyle, you've got a look at the Cowboys this morning, Tuesday morning, a more extended look than we often get, and a guy that I'm sure you laid some eyes on, as a lot of people did, was Barry J. Sanders. What did you see out of him, and what impressed you this morning from the transfer from Stanford?
Well, with today being such a heavy just install of drills and all the necessities for all the newcomers, there wasn't a whole bunch of a chance to see Sanders really in his full potential like you do a running back. Now, that being said, just seeing his number out there, 26, with Sanders on the helmet, was just a cool sight. This has been a storyline we've followed for such a long time, and to see him finally in pads and making the cuts and making the moves and going through some of these drills, he certainly looks the part as a guy who could contend for the starting running back role. That being said, Chris Carson is looking jacked as always, and Jeff Carr has certainly put on a lot of muscle as well. So it's going to be a tight competition, but from what we've seen from Sanders so far, after just one day, he should be in the mix for it here.
Well, where does this whole running back situation stand, Kyle? Because I think a lot of people, when Chris Carson came in a year ago, they felt like he would be a great success right away. That didn't happen. Now I think a lot of people are transferring a lot of those hopes onto Barry J. Sanders, that he could be the answer right away. Are those two guys the potential starters? Are they going to be duking it out, or where does this whole thing stand?
Well, I think at this point it would be hard to imagine that Chris Carson wouldn't be in somewhat of a lead for that starting role next year, considering the experience he brings back. And coaches have also raved about his development in the weight room and just his toughness to be a guy who might be an every down sort of back. So he's got to hold the lead going into camp, but just based on his performance last year, I'm not sure that he's the clear-cut guy right now, and that's why competition is a good thing for this group, seeing what a Barry J. could do in terms of pushing him and pushing this entire group to improve from a year ago when this run game was pretty stagnant at times.
Yeah, obviously something we'll be following throughout camp as we lead up to that season opener in September. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.